Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing out there? It's KP here with Miss Shay and Mr. Lamar. We're back with Black Buzz. Monday afternoon, as usual, 2 p.m. We do our best. Sometimes it's 2 p.m. ish. Oh my goodness. So normally, you would see what Tia on here from T Kicks. She's not here today, but shout outs to Tia and the rest of the team. What's going on, Lamar? How's everything, man?
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is chipping in and out. So
You
yeah,
want to know what's so funny with Lamar making that comment? He's the tech guy. He's the
yeah,
tech guy.
but
Lamar,
it's not in my
Lamar,
hands. It's not in my hands.
uh, Lamar is the tech guy, man. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. So we have two guests on here. We have Dane and we have Loney Smith, and we are gonna talk all things vegan and vegetarian today, right? But before I do that, let me just take care of some house business. So if you are watching, remember to like, share, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Black Buzz TO. Just hit us up there and subscribe and share. Leave a comment as well. If you drop a comment, we'll be able to see it. Also, we have our Facebook page, right, Lamar? What's the Facebook page called?
It's Blackbuzz dot to on
Black.
Facebook.
Okay, and then Instagram. We're also on Instagram. What's the
The
handle for
same
Instagram?
username. Yeah, Blackbuzz dot to on Instagram also.
Blackballs.to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can follow us there. And yeah, in terms of our two guests today, we have, as I said, Dane and Loni from Electric
Hello.
Healing, which was started in 2016. So when I finish the bio, guys, if there's any correction, maybe we messed up your bio, then just let us know. All right.
Okay.
All right. Because of our own experience with the alkaline lifestyle pioneered by Dr. Sebi, Dane was always a bit cautious with his health, whereas Loni is a sickle cell sufferer, and her childhood consisted of regular trips to the hospital. We first went vegetarian, then vegan, and eventually we stumbled upon some of Dr. Sebi's videos online and decided to
Yeah.
take the step. We couldn't be happier health wise and now teach others how to be healthier.
Yeah.
All right. Um, so we have a little bit of understanding based on your bio as to who you
Yeah.
are. We got your name, Electric Healing.
Electric Healing.
Yes, sir. So, all right. Welcome to Black Buzz. Talk to us a little bit
Thank you.
about how you got into the business and what you're about.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for having. So Electric Healing started because, like I said, you said in the short bio there, I
Hmm.
was always so I used to do a thing where every month or so, like I would get off meat, and
Right.
then I would get back on it after a month, maybe for 2 months, and then I'd get off of it again.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it'll just be a couple weeks, and then I'll get back on and off for a couple weeks. So that I eventually, after doing that for a while, I think I did it for off and on.
Hmm.
I find that the times that I was off meat, I didn't really miss it. So I just decided, okay, I'll stay vegetarian. So my wife and I, we went vegetarian, and then we decided, okay, let's step and go. So we went vegan because she has sickle cell anemia. It's really more important for her to pay attention to her health as opposed to me. I just I say I just experiment.
Okay.
But for her, it's a lot more important because she has sickle cell anemia. She has I don't know how much people know about sickle cell, but
Hmm.
she has SC, I think. There's SS and SC, the two of the full blown strains. where it actually you're in the hospital a lot when you have the full-blown sickle cell. And so throughout her childhood, she's been in and out of the hospital, like, and I'm talking bi-weekly. She's always in and out of the hospital growing up. So when we went vegan, and then we found Dr. Saban, we figured, okay, let's give this stuff a try. We found some of his seminars on YouTube, and we gave that a try for a bit. But the interesting thing with us testing out the whole thing is we bought BioFerro from his website because I felt like, oh, a blood cleanse wouldn't be a bad idea. I normally do the colon cleanses and stuff like that, but when I did the blood cleanse, I bought a bottle of BioFerro from his website, and I tried it, and I think it was either the very day or the day after when I woke up, I didn't have any scent on my breath. I didn't have bad breath, and I didn't have mucus in my eyes. From the second day. So I was like, and this is the thing I tell people a lot. It's like, I always thought that was normal. I always thought that waking up with bad breath and mucus in my eyes, I thought that was a normal thing. I've done it for so long, or I've experienced it for so long that, you don't think
normal.
Yeah, you don't think much about it. It's like, that's a normal thing. But when I had the BioFerro, because it cleansed my blood, I didn't zero bad breath. And like, you could blow in your partner's face and they wouldn't. You
needed somebody to testify. You need.
Yeah. Well, she's taking care of it because she could. Because I tried, she didn't try it, so she.
Right.
So, that was what captured my interest, and then we figured, okay, let's push through with the alkaline lifestyle thing.
Right.
We've been 8 years alkaline now, and she hasn't had like a sickle cell attack where she has to, like, usually when she gets those, we have to go to the hospital. We have to go straight to the emergency room. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You just have to. The morphine, she gets the whole treatment just to keep things down. But we haven't had that in alkaline.
Okay.
And then coming up to like childbirth, we have two children. The staff, the medical staff at the hospital, they expected complications. So we had 12 to 14 people in the room, the team, waiting just in case anything goes wrong. But both times, it was better than any normal pregnancy that they've ever seen. Like, the delivery and everything was just like that, just smooth, right. No problems. So this was recently, but once we started noticing certain changes, noticing that she's able to handle a sickle cell better, no mucus, no bad breath, we figure, okay, we could teach people this, because a lot of people don't notice. A lot of the stuff we experience that we think, a lot of stuff people experience that they think is normal, because of the alkaline lifestyle, we realize that this stuff isn't normal. We figure, okay, people need to know this. So that's why electric healing started, just so we could kind of teach people. Just like, it's kind of like just so you know, that's really like what you're accustomed to in terms of health is not really true. So that's what electric healing is all about, just to teach people how to eat better, teach people the herbs to take depending on what problems you have. And for everyone that we've helped so far, they don't take pharmaceuticals anymore. There's herbs that they could take for anything that they need, and these herbs are better because they don't have like side effects and stuff like that you worry about.
Why the name Electric Healing?
I was about to ask. Because I wanted you to before you dig into your background and you in the life, I want you to talk to us about the company itself, so Electric Healing and all that.
Okay. So electric. So the alkaline lifestyle. It's like a bioelectric. According to Dr. Sebi, it's like a bioelectric way of eating. So that's so your foods being more alkaline means that they're more electric. So they work better in your post to dead stuff that life of it is gone. There's no electricity. There's no bioelectricity in the food. So because of the alkalinity, and most of everything we eat is natural. Natural foods. There are more electric foods, those are the foods that you want to be consuming. So that's why electric healing. It's a play on the alkalinity of the food itself. It's more electric.
Okay. What was the name of that product that you say you took?
From I bought a BioFerro. From if you we don't have it. It's not a product. It's a product from Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi sells food.
Let me
Bio. Yeah, this BioFerro. He should still have it on his website there.
Okay.
So anyone willing to try this, what I just said, they could actually get the BioFerro from his website, test it out themselves, and they'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. So you've established this company from since what, 2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We started like helping family and friends.
Yeah.
And then we started selling. We sold the stuff that you see on the website, like our pills, capsules, or herbal blends and stuff like that. We make that stuff ourselves.
Okay.
So I think
how are you able to put these together? Like in terms of, did you have to do any particular type of I don't know.
A lot of reading, a lot of research.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's a lot of it is based what we've experienced so far, herbs. So and we know herbs a lot now. It's been a long time doing this, so we know the benefits of different types of herbs. So we just tailor them together in a way that, depending on what the problem is you're trying to solve, we have all the herbs that'll help you in that situation. And added to the blends that you see on the website itself, the consultation, for example, is a lot more tailored to people and specific problems.
Yeah, we have a comment here from Keisha Christie. She said, I have had great results. Right.
Yes.
So the individuals, just to let them know, when they post something, we can pop it up here on. Yeah.
Okay.
So looking at your website, I see a lot of things that because I was raised in the Caribbean. I only knew that. Yeah. So like soursop leaf, that is something I was raised on. Like you put a little honey or a little brown sugar, boil it out, and you drink. That's your tea first thing in the morning. But I'm looking at it here, and I see like it's. A lot of people now have been talking about soursop leaves, and I can maybe think from your accent, you are from the Caribbean as well. You were raised there. So do you think it's a little bit funny that half the things that we normally know, wake up in the morning and we see now it's important versus that was just part of our regular day. You wake up in the morning, you drink tea, your parents go outside, they put it in the pot to boil. That's nothing for us because it's normal. And then over here, they have no idea. So how do you, how was it for you making that transition? Sorry. So from normal to having to now purchase these same items that is in your backyard.
Yeah. It does come back circle. Because that's another thing I wanted to. I am from Guyana, and it is the same. It is exactly like you're saying.
He didn't say Trinidad. Okay, he said Guyana.
Sorry, please it's Georgetown. Right?
Yes. It wasn't. It's an interesting transition. It's not strange to. Well, of course it wouldn't be. I notice it more with my wife here because she's not a tea person. I feel like in the Caribbean you grow up, you're a tea person for some. I found it so odd. Yeah, I noticed
my
her.
parents hear you say that.
Her breakfast contains with her breakfast she'd have juice, and that's so strange to me. Like a cold juice with your breakfast is just like, what do I have? A cup of tea or a hot cup of tea? So I think with my relationship with her is it helps me notice that difference. With the business, not as much. Although it is, when it comes to the consultation, telling people that, it's better to have a cup of tea in the morning as opposed to a heavy breakfast. Because of my experience with her, I understand why people find that strange.
Right.
Even though it is strange to me. I don't know. But yeah, we in the Caribbean grew up drinking a lot of tea. We drink tea in the morning. We drink tea before bed.
You guys
Sometimes
drink
in
tea
the
for everything.
afternoon.
Your belly hurts, drink tea. Your foot hurts, drink tea.
Yeah.
In the Caribbean, drinking tea cures everything.
Everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
Even hunger.
yes, you go
Yeah.
outside
Oh yeah.
and your parents just pick different bushes, and to us it's just normal. We're used to the taste. Whereas you move to the Western world and you hear about it's like, oh, this is exotic, this is ethnic, and it's like, no, it's not. This is just going outside.
Yeah. This is normal. Yeah. It's like we with the soursop leaves. I never grew up with the soursop trees in the backyard, but I never really had the leaves as tea. It was more sand bitters and stuff like that. Not really. It's recently that you see all the research being done on soursop leaves and about how anti-cancerous it is. So that's and it's very hard to find here. So it was like, okay, let's add that because I could get it from Guyana. So I decided, okay, we'll add that to the whole thing. That's why the soursop leaf is there. It's like after reading all that, it's like, okay, that is well added.
What are some of the other things that you guys get into in terms of helping individuals to be healthy or get healthy? I mean, you spoke about the blood and waking up without bad breath. And all, what are some of the other things that in terms of you assist individuals with?
How we help?
Yeah. We know you help, generally speaking, but individuals may come to you with various problems, various issues. What are some of the ones that they come to you with? Whether it's the most frequent ones or any particular.
Yeah. So. Diabetes is a big one. We know a lot of diabetes, I would say, and so weight loss and diabetes we see a lot. Weight loss is easy to deal with. Well, it's easier said than done, but it's a bit of a challenge. I think the challenge here with the alkaline lifestyle is that you have to change certain habits, and that's very hard for no matter what the actual issue is. With diabetes, people say it's genetic, it's passed down, from your parent to you. The biggest is the habit that's passed down, right? So your parents, they have a certain habit, so you pick up that habit too. You eat the same ways, you drink the same things that you drink. And you're prone to diabetes also. Dealing with we see a lot of that. We see a lot of that, and we see a lot of people lose weight. A few people with issues with breast milk production during pregnancy, or just to get pregnant. We also help with that. Milk production. A lot of the stuff sounds like it's hard to deal with, but it's really not. There's herbs out there like fennel and stuff like that'll help in producing breast milk for your child. And then it comes to diabetes, it's just a matter of cleaning your system and then not consuming as much as you did before, and then you rehabilitate the organs, your pancreas, your kidneys, your lungs, stuff like that. Generally for most problems, it's just a cleanse that's needed, and then you need to start eating properly. And then there's certain things that you really don't want to be at all. And we get people off of the major no's, we call them, and get them to start eating a better way. And it's that change that we find the hardest for people to deal with. That just, you can't pick this up as fast as you normally do anymore. But now you need to pick that up in the store. You need to be familiar with these, so you're able to pick them up, just to replace something worse that you've been consuming your whole life. I don't know if that gives you a general idea.
Yeah,
hopefully.
it does. It does. A little
Yeah.
bit better understanding. When individuals come to you and
Mhm.
they want to, get healthy because they're suffering from a particular problem.
Yeah.
Um, how do you transition? Like, let's just say that, okay, what you do, you're promoting a meatless lifestyle, correct?
Yes. So the alkaline lifestyle is not, it's not just it's not like a vegan or a vegetarian thing,
Hmm.
to some extent, but it's more than that because so according to Dr. Sebi, you don't want to be consuming processed foods, hybrid foods, canned foods.
Hmm.
You want to be consuming all natural food.
Right.
And it's surprising. At least at first, it was surprising to me how what we think natural foods aren't really natural.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff that we actually have to stay away from, like carrots and broccoli and stuff like that, that you think are all natural, but they're not.
Mm. That's
Um,
interesting.
Sorry.
yes,
That,
yeah, go ahead.
sorry. Just repeat what you said just now.
Some people are happy right now hearing carrots and broccoli.
I truly enjoy broccoli. I don't like carrots too much, but I truly enjoy broccoli. And most people who say when you're going healthy, they tell you to juice carrots. But now you're saying
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So yeah, carrots and carrot is a hybrid food. Broccoli is a hybrid food. They're a creation coming out of two things being put together.
Two things
Um,
like what? What are those two things?
so carrots, I think it's horseradish, and I can't remember what the second one is.
Hmm.
Broccoli is also, I think, Brussels sprouts and something else. Forgive me, I might have them wrong, but it's easy to you'll be able to look it up.
Okay.
A lot of foods, like a lot of beans, a lot of peas, most of the stuff they're hybrid. So if you see the list of foods that are actually approved and that are okay for consumption, it's not a list. It fits on a page. So that when we present that to people, that's already a challenge. Where it's like they're looking at the list and it's like, you don't really eat anything. Look at this
Yeah.
list, right? But we've formulated so many recipes over time. I could give you a whole recipe book with just chickpea flour stuff, and you would have a lot of stuff that you can make out of that. So it seems hard at the beginning, but once you get into it, it's you're actually really not missing a whole lot.
Wow. I
Yeah,
mean, you just
yeah.
I can't say I've ever looked that up. I mean, yeah, I'm a vegan, but I can't say I've ever looked up the carrot as a
Yeah.
hybrid.
Yes. Like even wheat, for example, wheat is a hybrid
Hmm.
grain.
Right.
Wheat is not an original grain, so we don't consume any. And that's one of our big no's that I mentioned earlier. There are some big no's that people really shouldn't be consuming at all. Wheat is one of those. White flour, even brown flour, they say is a better choice than white flour, but you shouldn't be consuming either one of them because you shouldn't be consuming wheat. If you want a replacement for wheat products or wheat, it's better to get spelt flour or moot flour, for example. There's some more, but those are that's the major replacement for wheat flour. You get spelt flour or kamut flour. So white flour is one of the big no's. You don't want to consume that.
You're muted. You're muted, Shay. No,
No,
not you. Not you. Shay's
no,
muted.
I'm just agreeing with them with the white flour because that is something I've tried to take out my diet for years. I try to avoid rice as much as possible, pastas and those breads and stuff like that. So I try
Yeah,
hard, but I do try
it's
to.
hard. Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, that's what I'm saying. Like breaking the habit. That's the hard part, really. It doesn't matter what the disease is. Usually you can fine. Usually you're fine. I mean, Dr. Sebi's been taken to Supreme Court just for saying that he's cured AIDS and he's cured blindness and he's cured all that stuff.
Mhm.
That's not really like so. Because of him, it's already been proven that that's not the hard part. The hard part isn't curing any of these. The hard part is really getting people to change their already bad eating habits or lifestyle habits. That's where the challenge comes in. Now, how do you get people not up and stay up instead?
So
That's where the challenge lies.
now you have me intrigued. So Sorry.
Hold on. Lamar wants to jump
Yeah,
in.
Go ahead,
yeah.
Lamar. Go,
Yeah,
Lamar.
so I'm asking, how do you incorporate like the educational aspects of this healthy living you speak of? Like, do you incorporate it in like your packaging, or like do you utilize social media to get that message across? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, so we a lot of social media. My wife does all the social media stuff, like the Instagram. If you check the Instagram, there are a lot of recipes on there. There's a lot of educational stuff on there. So we do it through social media, and we mostly Instagram, and we also do it when we actually do consultations, because part of our consultation is to sit down with the client or the client and their family, and they we make that time available for you to ask us anything you want about the alkaline lifestyle. So we answer every question. We'll be there with you all day, sure that you understand exactly what you're getting into. And the food is amazing.
I know. I can
Yeah,
tell.
yeah,
Just by looking
yeah.
at it, oh, that tastes good.
Do you guys do like catering? Would you like, is that something you're into?
We don't do care moment.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, no. We pretty much know how to cook. We want to do the catering, but the time right now.
The
Yeah.
education takes up a lot of time, I guess, and
Yeah.
So this is right now we're looking at Instagram. I'm just making for sure that people know you're on Instagram, and it is Electric Healing, right?
Sorry. The Instagram is Shop Electric Healing.
Oh, sorry. I'm not able to. Okay, Shop Electric. All right.
Yeah. I mean, even just browsing through the Instagram, I think you'll learn a lot about the alkaline lifestyle, and then the foods there. I mean, I have a friend that always says, I'm not gonna eat grass. You guys eat your grass, and every
Yeah,
time he
I
comes
get-
over, there's food waiting on him, and he goes home smacking his lips, but he still says the same thing every time. But
Chickpea omelet.
it's really good.
I've
Yeah.
often said to folks, I know my aunt makes some things over here, and I tell every time I give her feedback, I said, why does this chickpea taste like egg?
Yeah.
And honestly, the way that she does it sometimes. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
she uses black eyed peas. Sorry, black eyed peas, and the black eyed peas,
Oh,
and it tastes like egg. It's fluffy,
Ah.
has the same the black eyed. She just
yeah.
blend-
That's what we use the chickpea flour for the omelets and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You mix it. You just beat it just like eggs. You mix the
Correct.
chickpea flour with some
Yeah.
water. You season it up and you fry it, and there you go.
Well,
eggs.
when she does it she doesn't even put flour in it. She just uses the black eyed peas, mix it up, and if anything, she adds a little maybe a little tiny bit of salt or some onion or garlic.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
said, "Is this egg?" She said, "No, it's egg."
It tastes like.
Oh my goodness. In terms of we're called Black Buzz, and
Yeah.
part of one of the reasons why we're starting this podcast is one, the pandemic, and so many different things that were happening from the social justice end.
Yes.
Especially as it pertains to Black folks. I want to talk to you a little bit about our community and some of the challenges that we face within our community. I mean, and before that, you get a lot of individuals from all walks of life talking to you.
Mostly our people. Mostly
Our
blacks.
people. Okay. All right.
But we do help anyone else. We do have one, but for the most part, we get a lot of black clients.
Okay. So, sorry, Keisha was saying here that we're vendors before COVID. What is that?
I mean, she was buying it before the COVID happened.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
You have something on your page, bitter melon. My mom calls it Kareli.
Corella, yeah.
You have it in a drink. That is something I'm sorry. My mom has tried for generations.
Okay, so let me admit.
Right now, my aunt has that. She made it yesterday. and even though she cooked, that thing is
It's
Bitter.
bitter. So bitter stuff is generally good for the blood.
Mom,
yeah,
Bitter stuff
Bobby,
either nourishes the blood or cleanses the blood.
yeah.
Um,
I don't
so
drink certain. No.
yeah, I don't do the bitter melon thing. I'm accustomed to it as a stew, so I stick to that. But my wife, she likes the smoothie, and yeah,
Woo! Sweet.
it's a bit to take.
Lamar, have you ever tried it? Okay, you need to. So,
So, I think it's really good as a stew, to be honest. Maybe I'm just too accustomed to it.
yeah, no, my mom, she loves it. She puts
Yeah.
everything, and I've lived on this earth long enough. She has tried. It's not happening. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, if you wanted to focus on getting your blood clean, getting your blood nourished, usually like yellow dock, bitter melon, stuff like that. Yellow dock is a herb, bitter melon is a vegetable. But they're both very bitter. Like quassia, for example, is another very bitter herb. We would give like yellow dock, for example, just to get the cleansing process started. Yellow dock, and it's bitter melon is nothing compared to yellow dock. It's just
The so when our folks come see you now, right?
Mhm.
What are some of the things that you address quite often within our community when it comes to getting healthy and being healthy, or things that Black people are? They just said that Black people suffer from more
or
so.
that are more prone to.
Yeah.
I think aside from the weight, it's been it's mostly been either the weight or diabetes.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay.
that I see most. I think diabetes probably the most,
Mhm.
but the weight loss is close behind also.
So does that mean that
The
a lifestyle thing, the diabetes thing?
yeah yeah.
Talk to me
Well,
about that.
I wasn't sure how far I could go into this, but
Yeah, go ahead.
we as Black people, I don't know if whether it's deliberate or just whether it's deliberate or not, we haven't been taught a lot of things.
Hmm.
We haven't been taught to do a lot of things properly, and one of those things is how we eat. I think for the most part, we've been just given scraps, and we make the most out of those scraps.
Hmm.
And you could trace that back to slavery and
Slavery, yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
And we praise ourselves for that, for taking scraps and making something out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm in there too with the praise. Yes, that's
Mhm.
it's a good thing that we can make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
But now is the time for us to drop that because we don't have to consume like that anymore.
Mhm.
So the foods, like we've been lied to about how to eat, and we've been passing that down for a long time. And there are differences between us and Caucasian because as a simple example, they could consume milk. The majority of them, I should say, not all of them. The majority of them could consume milk, actually digest milk to a certain extent. We can't.
Mm.
So as Black folks, we're not supposed to consume milk at all, and as non-Blacks, they could at least have some of it without it doing as much harm as it does to us. So I feel like people don't know these differences between us, and the message is usually either pushing from our side or the other side is that we're all the same, we're all one, but physiologically we're not. We're different. So we've been lied to about a lot of things, but the diet is what's. I feel like it's genocidal because the way we consume, the way we eat, it's actually killing us, and that's another reason why we try to help as many people as we can. Because if people realize this, then I feel like they're able to do better, and I feel just taking care of your health, it releases a lot of stress in your life if you could just focus on, okay, get your health better, and once you have that habit of good health, then you could focus on you're not stressed in that area anymore. You on other areas and maybe clean things up there.
In terms of getting started, what are
Mhm.
some of the little things that people can do as far as taking moving towards a more healthy lifestyle, but maybe they just need to take it in small increments and celebrate
Yeah,
those victories. Like, do they need to drink water more? Do they need to
yeah,
eat more fruit? What are these little steps?
the small things. So I'll give you the big no's that I mentioned earlier,
Hmm.
right? Um, People need. Before I do that, actually, people need to fast more often.
Yeah, Keisha said that
Um,
too.
yes, yeah, fasting does, and I'll explain the fast after I explain it. But fasting kind of resets the body.
Okay.
Um, so if you fast, usually it helps you clean out. It helps you detox,
Right.
and then you could get on to actually consuming better. So a fast is very. If you could do so, the fasting process is
Right. I was
minimum
about
three
to.
days.
Right. I was
Yeah,
about to ask you.
because the way we fast, we're accustomed to the religious fast where you from sun up to
No
sundown where
problem.
you
Right.
don't eat anything, right?
Yeah.
An actual fast is a water fast for at least 3 days. If you could push more than that, then you push more than that. I would say 7 days even better. If you could fast with just water, uh, and water for 7 days or minimum 3 days, you're on your way to better. You're on your way to better health. Just the fast alone. To make that even better, you could get rid of any white flour, the whole wheat flour, the wheat flour. Period. Any wheat flour, you want to get rid of those. White salt, white sugar, you want to get rid of all those, and white rice. You don't want to consume rice. If right, those are some of the big no's. Um,
What
they're
kind of rice?
replacements for. If you're gonna eat rice, you want to eat wild rice only. That's the only rice that's natural, wild
Okay.
rice. Every other rice is a hybrid. Um, so those, I would say, if you take those out of the equation and you regularly fast, of course you want to cut down on meat. If you're cut down on meat, then I would say consume meat on weekends maybe. If you could keep it to maybe 2 days a week,
Mm.
or just the weekends, something like that. You want to cut down on that because meat stays in your system for about 3 days. It's rotting and everything for that long in your system. You don't want that to be a habit where you're consuming meat on a daily basis. I'm not sure if that's clear. If there's anything
Yeah.
not clear,
No,
just let me
that's what
know.
I'm talking about. Those little things that you can do.
Yeah,
Lamar, go ahead, Lamar.
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so like, how would someone like a bodybuilder, not saying I'm a bodybuilder myself, but like a
Yeah.
bodybuilder that eats protein and they I don't know, yeah, they eat a lot of proteins, chicken. How do they transition?
So there's this they're bodybuilders now. So it's already been proven that you don't need to consume a lot of meat. You don't need to consume meat for that protein because now we have vegan bodybuilding championships and stuff like that.
Mm,
Dr. Sebi always says that this whole protein thing is a myth, and we don't consume any. Well, I guess we're not bodybuilders, so probably it'll probably be different. But we don't focus on protein. We don't worry about protein.
mm,
As a bodybuilder, there are foods that you could get protein from if you're concerned about it. Like chickpea is still chickpea is the only natural pea or peas that we consume.
mm,
So a lot of that, and you could use that in so many different ways that you shouldn't have a problem with whatever amount of protein you feel like you need on a
mm.
daily basis.
Okay.
Oh,
We haven't treated we haven't bought whalers yet though. So I'm not really sure if that's something we need to worry about or not, to be honest with you.
For somebody who doesn't like, they don't really get affected by fasting,
Mhm.
in a sense that because I know people who they would go days without eating, and it wouldn't, like, to them it's not a big deal until somebody says, hey, you haven't eaten something. How would you approach someone like that? Because food is not a big deal for them.
Oh, that's good. You generally want you see these we're told, and these are some of the another lie that I'll bring out. We're encouraged to eat 3 times a day, but that's overconsumption. We don't need to eat 3 times a day. Actually, to be at your healthiest, it's best to consume once every 2 or 3 days. Just one meal every 2 days, that's healthy.
Wow.
So, yeah. So for people that have no problems with fasting, hooray! That's good, because you're you're on your way to you're already a healthier lifestyle, right? It's the problem usually comes with people that don't know how to fast, and they're scared of it even before actually starting the fast. It's like, I don't know if I could do this. 3 days is a lot. That's where the problem is. People that already are accustomed to fasting, then hey, do 10 days if you can, or more. Push as long as you can. We know people that's done 30-day fasting. Dr. Sebi himself said he did 90 days.
Wow. Just on water.
Just water, yeah. Yeah. The longer the better. You notice the results.
Even with the water thing, when people talk about drinking water, what kind of suggestions do you give to individuals when it comes to the kind of water to drink, or is it
natural spring water?
Okay.
Natural spring water only, because natural spring water still has it has minerals in it. Just know where it's being sourced from, depending on where you buy it. They have to say on the bottle where it's actually sourced, and you could look into to make sure that you're actually getting it from there. But we buy the big bottles of natural spring water, and that's where you want to get only natural spring water. Don't worry about because they started doing this alkaline thing that they're doing. Yeah, all that stuff. But you'll see alkaline water now on shelves where they're actually advertising that it's alkaline, because they know this trend is alkaline lifestyle is people are picking it up. But that water, usually they add something to it to make it alkaline. So don't worry about all that stuff. Just natural spring water, and you're good. You don't have to worry about anything.
So, Lonnie, talk to us a little bit about the business and the life and the business from your perspective. Any little tidbit in terms of, you can pick up on what Dane was just talking about. Well, okay, let me do this. I asked him about small things that people can do, right? To maintain a more healthier lifestyle. Maybe even from a female perspective, you can just give us some things.
So from a female perspective, it's great to include dandelion root. Dandelion root helps with fibroids. It has vitamin D. Vitamin D. What's in it again?
B12.
B12's in there. For people that want to get off coffee, but dandelion is also good for that. And mixing it with date syrup makes it taste just like if you were to drink coffee.
Okay.
So there's a tea. So you could use it as a tea, or you could actually get the actual vegetable and just stew it up. It's got a bit of a bitter taste to it, but that indicates that it's good again.
Well, if you mix it with kale and some salt and avocado oil, it tastes pretty good.
It's her vegetable, it seems.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So when you use avocado oil and salt, so it'd be Himalayan sea salt or pink salt. Those are the only 2 salts that we use. It gives you more of that buttery consistency, because avocado is fat in general. It's a great healthy fat. So when you mix those 2 together, you get that butter that people are used to, that we're used to.
What about the eating of tofu?
No, tofu is no good. It has soy. It's
No
a
soy.
hybrid. So you
Okay.
could replace that with chickpea tofu. So what you do with that is you would mix 2 cups chickpea flour, actually not the actual chickpea itself, but the chickpea flour, 2 cups water, mix that on the stove and hot, and then take it out. When you take it off the store it in a glass container in the fridge for 24 hours, and it gets hard just like a tofu. And you can add whatever seasonings you like your salt, your green onions, your cayenne pepper, your onion powder. And there you got tofu.
Okay.
So it's the same as
Protein, if people like protein.
would it be the same as just eating chickpea? Like you can just
Pardon?
because you guys mentioned chickpea flour a lot. So would it be the same as just getting the chickpea, pure chickpea, and eating it?
Yes, but if you're looking for the texture of the tofu to make like different dishes instead of having your meat substitute, so you could cook that up and add your fruits and vegetables. I'm sorry, not your fruits, but your vegetables to the pot.
And
So it's a whole different meal.
Yeah.
and mushrooms. I saw you guys. I'm not sure if it's your page. You had the mushrooms on there. With
Yes.
the snap peas. I know I saw it. So would mushroom be a good substitute as well?
Oh, mushrooms is a great substitute. So you can use all mushrooms except shiitake mushroom, because shiitake mushrooms are a hybrid.
So here's a little thing for people to try out. If you get the oyster mushrooms, you can find them at Walmart. There's some oyster. You could try king oyster
It
for
doesn't have the same texture.
for something else.
Oh.
But if you want a good placement, give this a try. Get the oyster mushrooms, bread them like you normally do your chicken. You could even season it if you want to, marinate it overnight if you want to.
Overnight is the best way, okay? Overnight.
Your
Season
chicken,
your
just
meat.
like you do your
Just like how
chicken.
you season your meat, you season
Yeah.
it.
And when you bread it and you fry it, there is your chicken replacement.
You won't miss chicken, I
And
promise.
anyone could give that a try.
Yes.
You're not going to mistake it for anything else. It's a nice little snack to try out.
Our meat-eating friends have tried it as well.
Yeah.
And they
It's-
can't believe that it's...
Yeah, it's been approved.
So it's been approved by the meat-eating community.
What about the jackfruit craze? The flesh and the seeds. I've been seeing a lot of recipes around that and all.
Well, we don't actually consume jackfruit, so I'm not really sure about that direction.
Okay.
It's not approved in the alkaline community.
Okay. I understand. Okay, I see.
Do you guys eat breadfruit or I'm not sure what you guys call in Guyana. My mom, I've lived in Trinidad for so long. I don't know what is terminology, but they're I think it's called bread nut. Those things. That's
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
okay.
I would, just because I'm so accustomed to it and I love it. I don't see it often, so it's been a long time since I've had it. Sometimes I'm not sure if maybe the Sabi didn't has like, because he was based in Honduras, I think. So he'll be familiar with a lot of this stuff, but his list doesn't include a lot of it. And I feel like part of the reason is because North Americans don't really know about this stuff.
Okay.
So a lot of the jackfruit and whether it's sure and we haven't tested it's alkaline or not, but in most cases I feel like he didn't put those on the list because most people don't know what that is. But yeah, it's been a while since I've had it myself, but if I do come across it, I would, because I enjoy bread nuts. I love it.
What is it?
It's you're talking about the seed that we boil and
we boil it
cook
with
it
the
up
salt.
in. Yeah. She's asking what it is, but
I
I can't explain that right now.
Canadian self is like, what?
Dane and Shay just went into their own little world.
A whole conversation of their own.
No, the reason why I asked is I saw the listing that you have, and being from a Caribbean, and then most of the time when we see stuff like this, a lot of us from the islands recognize some of the things that we know, but then we don't see
Yes.
some of the foods that we grew up with, or some of the seasonings, or some of the fruits. So if it's not on the list, if we wanted to switch that to adopt this lifestyle, how would we know where to go? Because I'm used to eating breadfruit and boiled green banana, those some of things in the morning. And if it's not on the list, am I right or am I wrong? Though that's where it kind of came from.
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing with that though. You will know when it is not right for you. So say you've been on this alkaline or healthier path. You will see when you go back to eating something that you're not used to eating, your body will tell you if it doesn't like it. You will start knowing little things. Like you'll get more mucusy, your stomach will get upset, you'll see boogers in your eye. Those kind of things that will let you know that okay, this isn't working right for my body. So that your body tells you certain signs.
As it is right now, you probably wouldn't notice anything. But if you were to, for example, because we have our friend with diabetes that gave us his story about consuming rice after staying off of it for so he's been trying to get.
He's transition.
He has diabetes, and we've given certain tips and tricks to kind of get himself off of certain things. So he's doing like the late eating, but not too late type thing, just to prepare himself for a fast. So he's been off of rice for a very long time, and I think sometime late last week, he said he had some, just I guess out of temptation, and right away he had to let us know, like, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't be eating that, because it hit him like a ton of bricks after not having it for so long, and that to him is an indication of, oh, we're really not supposed to be eating this. You don't notice if you've been continuously eating it, but once you stop and start doing something healthier and then you go back to it, then your body lets you know, oh, no, I shouldn't be eating this at all. So it's the same with that's what she's saying, fruit. You'll know, because once you've been alkaline or mostly alkaline for a while, and then you consume the bread nut, and it just, you start mucusing up right away, like then you know it's too acidic. So that would be the opposite of the alkaline foods, just acidic foods, hybrid foods, canned foods, processed foods, stuff like that. They're acidic foods.
COVID.
Your body.
We're dealing with COVID right now, and with the emergence of the vaccine and all these different, people frown on what you're saying and this type of lifestyle and all, because I get even before COVID, I get this negative feedback, it's not real, let people eat what they want to do and all that sort of stuff. Any comments on what we're dealing with now? And,
I don't subscribe to the way they're handling it. I don't even know if, to be honest, I'm on the fence whether this thing is real or not. I feel like regardless though, we are not worried. And it
really boils back to what you eat.
Yeah, well, I feel like the way they're telling people to wear masks, and they've never done that before. We've had flu pandemics for a long time. For every flu season, it was always a thing. But they've never told people to put on a mask and cover your face. I don't think that's the healthy way to go, because you're hampering your oxygen intake when you cover up like that. I don't think that's. I feel like that weakens your immune system. But I'm no medical doctor.
What about the exercise? What about the part where you in terms of exercising or whatever the case is? Like right now, you're told to stay in or whatever. Does that inhibit what you're trying to do, or it makes it more difficult to?
Well, the only you're talking about in terms of how it affects our business, or just healthy lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle and affecting your business. I mean, in terms of how is it affecting your business? Okay, I'll just make that direct. How is it affecting your business with all the restrictions and all these different things? And two, in terms of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. When individuals are like sedentary or locked in and all that.
Yeah. I a lot of people work out at home now. At least a lot of people that that we know, our close friends, family, everyone's working out at home.
Okay. Okay.
And I noticed there are a lot of videos now online where there's a lot of workout videos. I notice a lot more workout videos on YouTube now too. So I feel like a lot of people are trying to maintain that whatever they used to get going out and exercise. They're trying to still do that while they're at home.
And
So
exercise is something that you recommend with the LP.
Oh,
Yes,
of course.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, not to any crazy extent, but just active I think is it's beneficial. It's really good to just be active. Go for a walk if anything.
Okay.
And the pandemic effect only affects our business in that we actually can't because what we like to do when we do consultations is actually sit with the family in their home.
Okay.
Just to kind of go through the cabinets and everything and
what's in
show
those
them. Yeah. Like, it's easy. Yeah, it's a lot easier for us to pinpoint problems and detect areas that they need to clear up once we're in the home.
So do you do it virtually now? Do you do virtual?
Yeah, most people they're kind of iffy about crowds in the house. I respect and understand that. So now it's show me what's in your cupboard. It's not as easy to see. Plus, people might not want to feel certain
some
things.
Of the food that they don't want to really give up.
Right.
But
go ahead. Oh, sorry. I think Lamar was asking something.
Yeah, I was looking at your site just now, the date syrup you're talking about, and I was looking at the warning. It said it may be, as with our experience, a bad idea to give your syrup to your children at a certain period of time because they may not sleep. They'll literally be bouncing off the wall. It says, "Is that?"
Yes.
Yeah. So
our kids, we give them date syrup, and they don't want to go to bed. They want to go to bed.
It's an energy powerhouse. Dates in general, dates are very dates are packed with energy and concentrated sugar. Date syrup is a good sweetener replacement, but we had to add that because while I was working out how to make the date syrup and we have a lot in the house, so my kids get a hold of them.
Yeah.
And on a few occasions they had it late, and we were wondering why are they not going to bed? What's going on with the and 3 o'clock in the morning they're still jumping all over the place. It's like, what's going on? And then we realized, it's the date syrup. Yeah. And it packs a punch 3 hours after. They're still bouncing, always jumping up, screaming, making noise. When usually they go to bed at 10, they're up at 3, still jumping around. So I feel like we had to put the warning there just in case. I don't know if it'll be the same because our kids have just been alkaline their whole lives. But we put it there just in case.
I thought that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they won't. I would say that it would actually affect any person because we do recommend it if you're on a healthy path and you want to replace coffee, for example. Any tea with the date sweetener, with the date syrup as a sweetener, is going to give you that energy need to last you through most of the day.
So this is electrichealing.ca. This is your website.
Yeah.
Okay. So individuals can just when they go on here they order, or because I see prices there, so they just order things.
Yeah. They just order and we ship it out.
You don't. Okay. I mean, we just have a couple minutes, literally. So you don't get problem. Like I said, once again, you don't get any pushback from any entities, with you promoting.
I don't think we're big enough as yet. I won't be surprised if we start seeing that. One of the things we want to do is because we have experience with the hospital. When my wife was pregnant, and looking at the stuff people eat while you're in the hospital, I'm looking at it and it's like they're trying to keep people in the hospital.
Because everything comes out of a bag and goes straight into the microwave.
Yeah, that's one of the things we kind of want to do is we could improve in these areas where no one has to, if you go to the hospital, it's about your health. You don't want to be given like gelatin and stuff like that. I see they give people at the hospital. Or if you're already sick, you shouldn't be consuming gelatin, for example. So that's in the Jello,
Right.
and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, that pushback, I'm pretty sure that'll come soon.
Yeah, but from our personal experience in terms of me going into the hospital for our pregnancies and stuff like that, they're pretty shocked because normally with sickle cell, you normally get crises, you're in and out of the hospital when you're pregnant, and they keep a close monitor on you. And they suggest all these different drugs, and I said no to all of them. And they're like, when I come in for my appointment, they're like, nothing's wrong. How come? Are you sure? What are you eating? What are you doing? What's going on? I eat vegan. Okay, you sure you're not going through anything? And so they're still in the shock stage that this is even possible.
All right. Man, this is good. Electric healing. That's what you're
Electric
called.
healing.
Electric healing.
Yep,
This is
yep.
Dane and Loni. They're on Instagram. They are on. You're on YouTube too, right?
Getting there.
Yeah, not as yet.
Okay.
We have videos for YouTube, but we're not launched as yet.
Okay. All right. So, but you're on Facebook and Instagram, and then you have the website for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there are any parting words that you want to leave with our viewers in terms of maintaining good health or eating right, the vegan, vegetarian lifestyle. You know, there's some encouraging words. Stay away from the dates. I don't know.
No, trends go into the dates and get away from the white sugars. Start by just taking away a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Even just milk, that will change your body a lot.
Okay. What kind of milk would you suggest?
You can do walnut milk, almond milk, hemp milk.
Okay.
Brazil nut milk.
So hemp milk is probably the easiest. So just if you just buy some hemp seeds from Costco or somewhere, just get some hemp seeds. What we do is we just maybe 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds with a cup of water. You blend it, and there's your hemp milk.
Okay.
And that's it. So we use that in cereal. We use that for cooking. We use hemp seeds for pretty much any cream or any milk.
Okay.
Very, very simple. Very simple to make.
All right. Thank you guys very much for coming on Black Buzz, man. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting in terms of some of the things that you shared. And you best believe I'm gonna go look at some of this. I'm gonna go check out the things that I was doing, even though I'm a vegan. Like I said, I'm not in depth as you guys. And I'm gonna lie, I love me some carrot juice. I love it.
Pairs would work. I mean, if anyone has questions or anything like that, we do have a contact form on the website. Just send a question because we're not able to explain the whole alkaline thing, in just an hour.
Right.
So, any questions people could freely ask. We don't charge for answering for questions. And we do give proper feedback. So use a contact form or just send a message info@healing or contact@electric healing, and we'll get back to you. We'll answer any questions that you have, anything about the lifestyle, anything that you're wondering if we could help you with, help you fix, help you to live with. Then
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, folks, we are going to be signing off. See you next week from Black Buzz. We are going to be back at 2 p.m., of course, with another guest. All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.